History of slavery in North America has left books such as this novel to be left as a reminiscence of the dark and the chaotic times of the past about slavery for the modern world. The book follows a boy named Huck who joins an adventure with an escaping slave named Jim, and it was deemed controversial because of its unique and unseen approach towards blacks at the time. Huck's views, opinion, speech towards the much controversial race back in the days were all uniqueness of this novel. But looking closely, what was the essential turn to explain the unique approaches to such a controversial topic that the novel decided to cover? Choices. We make them every day. And it is what drives our lives. This is no different in the novel, and in fact, it drives the story from the beginning. I said I wouldn't, and I'll stick to it. 2043. That's when the first and the most important choice happens. Despite Huck's background and education as a white male back in the slave eras, Huck decides to help the runaway slave Jim get away from the slave catchers chasing him. This unique and unexpected choice of partnering a black and a white person is what led to the massive controversy and popularity of this novel. What else do these choices do for the novel? It sets an identity and moral that the readers can use to imagine their characters off from. Going back to the first choice that Huck makes, deciding to befriend and help Jim escape, it sets an identity for Huck. It goes to show the readers how Huck is not judgmental towards others. He has made a self-morale that he will treat everyone the same, no matter what society says. And Mark Twain uses Huck's identity and moral as a subject of development of what he believes is right on the topic of slavery. Twain surrounds Huck with characters with multiple backgrounds, morals, thought processes such as Jim, Pap, Widow to symbolize the different sides on the topic of slavery. Jim obviously representing the slaves during the slavery, and Pap and Widow representing the non-slave citizens from both man and woman. And as Jim and Huck go through their adventures, the backgrounds, moral choices, thought processes from all different characters that Huck meets along the Mississippi River, and the choices Huck makes himself, develops his identity/moral. In the later chapters of the book, where Huck and Jim arrive at a time with slavery, Huck's identity remains consistent when Huck is shown neither ordering Jim to act like Huck's slave nor ask Jim for help. The same can be said for Huck's morals. As they continue their adventures, there are multiple instances where Huck's speech to Jim is similar to that of a conversation between two companions or friends, not a black person and a white person. You know what's interesting is that in the beginning of the book, Mark Twain says there's a quote or some type of warning and notice saying persons attempting to find motive in this narrative will be prosecuted. Persons attempting to find a moral in it will be banished. Persons attempting to find a plot in it will be shot. Isn't that funny? It's like he's telling us don't read this book because I don't know. I don't know what the reason for him to write this is, but maybe he knew the amount of backlash or controversy this book would have. And maybe this was like a sarcastic message for the people that were going to get offended by it.